Well, as the national anthem was played, a fellow journalist in the row in front of us, absolutely desperate to get the perfect selfie, spent the entire thing trying to get himself in the right position, trying to get the flags in, trying to get the teams in. I think he got it just about right. The Tunisian players now lock arms. Big afternoon for them. Only ever won one World Cup game. Lose today, and they're pretty much on their way home. Here's the Tunisian national anthem. Tunisian manager Nabil Maloul is in tears, really overwhelmed with emotion, and just flops down into his seat in the dugout after the playing of the national anthem. Again, the journalist in front of us, Chris, didn't quite get the right photo for the first anthem. He switched from iPad to camera, tried to get another commentator who was commentating at the time to take a photo of him. I don't know whether he's got the picture or not, but a lot of emotion there. Nabil Maloul, the Tunisian boss.
Yeah, this is it, isn't it? You look from the Belgian point of view, the Belgian fans expect, and I think the Tunisian fans, they expect more than the performance which they gave against England, but they've got to lay it on the line today, and, you know, that the manager's tears there, that tells you how much this game means to him. Now the players have to go out and do their job.
World Cup 2018, 26th match of the tournament, 58 goals in 26 games so far. We keep taking the risk ahead of every single fixture at the moment, saying there is yet to be a 0-0. Permutations for you. If Belgium win this afternoon, they'll get themselves to 6 points, and then England don't lose tomorrow, Belgium will definitely be through. If Belgium win and England win this weekend, both will be through to the last 16. That final group game in Kaliningrad will decide things. And from Tunisia's point of view, if they lose here and England don't lose tomorrow, so if England draw or beat Panama, then Tunisia are heading home. The two skippers both wear number 10, Eden Hazard and Wabi Kazri. Nice stadium this, Chris. We've seen 3 or 4 of them now inside Russia. It's a it really catches your eye when you drive to it, doesn't it? I actually likened it to sort of a giant red and white armadillo, because it's got that sort of scaly, layered skin on the outside.
A sunburnt
Yes.
armadillo.
Although I was then quickly corrected by one of our Russian guides, who actually looked slightly horrified by the analogy and said it's actually been designed on one of the domes of the cathedral, St Basil's Cathedral. So I don't think she was that keen on my description of it as an armadillo, but I'm sticking with that. Belgium-Tunisia about to get underway. Belgium all in yellow, unchanged from the first game against Panama. Thibaut Courtois in goal. Back 3, Alderweireld, Boyata, Vertonghen. Meunier and Carrasco are the wing-backs. De Bruyne and Witsel, so De Bruyne sits a little bit deeper for Belgium than you'd see him for Manchester City a lot of the time. Hazard, the skipper, who of course made those comments about Romelu Lukaku, ripped into his team at half-time against Panama. Lukaku went on and scored a couple of goals in the 3-0 win. Dries Mertens the other side, and Lukaku, 15 goals in his last 10 starts internationally. Tunisia, 2 changes from the England game. One of them's in goal because the young keeper Mouez Hassen, who started that game, his World Cup's over with a shoulder injury. So Farouk Ben Mustafa, who came off the bench against England, starts. And the other change sees Saif Eddine Kawi come into the side for Naeem Sliti. And I don't know, actually, whether that is injury-related or not. Ben Mustafa in goal. Dylan Bron at right back. Ali Maloul has been the regular left back for about 4 years. Siam Ben Yusuf and Yassine Meria are the centre-backs. Fajani Sassi, who scored the penalty against England, in holding midfield alongside Ilyes Skiri, one of the French-born players who's come into the squad recently. Fakhreddine Ben Yusuf, so we've got 2 Ben Yusufs in the starting lineup for Tunisia. Big, tall striker who might start wide right. Kawi on the left, and Anis Badri playing off Wabi Kazri, the skipper, up front. We are just about ready to go. Romelu Lukaku stands hands on hips, and there was a mass huddle for the entire Belgian squad at the start of the game. Manager, coaching staff, players, substitutes, everyone. A real sort of outward show of togetherness. Great atmosphere inside the stadium. I hope that's coming across back home. And Belgium immediately on the front foot. Dries Mertens to Eden Hazard. Hazard is trying to turn here. Ben Yusuf's right behind him, and he's challenged him from behind. Belgium win an early free kick from the get-go, Chris, flying out of the blocks.
Yeah, and they actually popped the ball around the back, came out of the right-hand side. They were really pressed high, and then Hazard body in. Dangerous, or it's a chance now. Boyata forward, and De Bruyne's got such good delivery. Right-hand side, 30, 40 yards out.
De Bruyne with the fair hair, yellow shirt, short sleeves untucked, his part of the pitch. The sort of first third from us to him is in shade. He's going to float it into the penalty. I didn't quite get that right. Witsel was making a run towards the near post, and he just overcooked it in terms of...
Yeah, look, you expect better from Kevin De Bruyne. But I think the start's going to be important for Tunisia. They really need to impose themselves on this game. Their support here in their thousands. It's a sea of red and white all the way around the stadium, but it's noisier at the Tunisian end.
Yes. Great atmosphere, Chris, when we arrived outside the stadium as well. I mean, a really nice mixing of fans, sort of almost singing their songs, not at each other, but to each other. Clearance quick from Vertonghen, almost caught by Khazri, got his foot out of the way just in time, clears it long downfield, and the ball almost runs out for a throw-in. But the right-back, Dylan Bron, keeps it in for Tunisia. So first thing we're going to watch from Tunisia is there going to be any more ambition this afternoon? Or will they try and play for a draw here, try and beat Panama and hope England can do them a favour?
I know there is that chain of thought, but that can't be the right way.
Badri on the run forward, thinks he should have had a free kick 25 yards out, doesn't get it. And again, listen to those Tunisian fans. Lukaku is chasing harder, and he's going to win the race. The keeper, very slow, coming off his line, gets there just in time, does Ben Mustafa. Wow. And he has a right old ding-dong with his centre-back, Yassine Meria, who he feels should have dealt with the issue. We'll deal with that in a second, because Belgium have taken the throw. Lukaku sensed the opportunity from the halfway line, easily had the run on Meria, and very nearly got in. Drive from Mounier low, and saved by Ben Mustafa at the near post. Belgium 0, Tunisia 0. Here's Chris Sutton.
Yeah, it's a good start from Belgium. I don't know what Ben Mustafa was thinking of. There's a long ball down the right-hand channel. The goalkeeper had to come. He hesitated. It wasn't Meria's fault. He was just outpaced by Lukaku.
Ooh, Courtois taking his time there, all in blue, dark black gloves. Khazri tried to close him down. Courtois cleared long with his left foot, and Ben Yusuf, wonderful bit of defending, did to Hazard what Hazard would like to do to him, controlled the ball and just turned away from him, shielded it. And is that Jan Vertonghen who's gone down? I wonder if that was from the earlier challenge.
No, he was just caught by Cowie. It was just popped the ball back to Courtois, and Cowie just clipped him.
Free kick Belgium, 3 minutes in. 3 more World Cup commentaries coming your way on 5 Live from Russia this afternoon. We've got South Korea and Mexico on Sports Extra, actually, because we'll bring you the rugby here on 5 Live. England, South Africa. Massive game for Germany tonight. Defending champions against Sweden. Kicks off at 7 o'clock in full. Hazard's gone down, doesn't get the free kick. Belgium have it, left-hand side. Here's Carrasco, little step over, and his cross is blocked by the other Ben Yusuf, Fakhreddine Ben Yusuf, who plays wide on the right for Tunisia, and the ball is out for a Belgian throw, which Carrasco will take. Carrasco, who managed to squeeze into Chris Sutton's composite England-Belgium 11. That certainly raised a few eyebrows in the commentary box here.
Well, you're two.
I've only got one, Chris. They join in the middle. Vertonghen to Hazard. Hazard on to Witsel. Tunisian fans are so noisy, aren't they? Jeering and whistling here as Belgium get forward. De Bruyne gave it to Witsel. Out to the left-hand side. Lukaku's layoff. Ends up at the feet of Hazard. 3 red shirts immediately buzz round him. Hazard plays it back to Alderweireld, who didn't have a particularly happy season for Tottenham. Good step over from Hazard. Gets it back from Mertens. Caught in the area. Penalty. Hazard goes down. I'm sure we'll obviously get to see the replay. Has he given penalty or free kick? Penalty.
It's definitely a foul, but you see the Tunisian manager, Nabil Maloul, he's asking for VAR to say he thought it was outside the area.
Yeah, VAR is in action. Big yellow sign has come up on our screen. Checking foul,
very close. Do you know what?
It's definitely a foul, Chris, no doubt about that.
100% a foul. I think we may see this reverse. It's just on the line.
Checking foul, so VAR are looking at
very
this.
Close.
No doubt about the foul. It's where the foul was. Eden Hazard at the moment.
No,
you're saying
it's just in.
Just in.
Just inside.
Well, Eden Hazard at the moment, Chris, has the ball under his arm. The check is over.
Again. Yeah, he's just inside the area.
VAR in action again at Russia 2018, and no, he is. It's fine. Check is over. It will be a penalty, and the referee is just marching across the top of the penalty area to make sure everyone is in the right position.
And that's a good use of the VAR. That has cleared things up.
Yeah. Ben Yusuf came flying in. Hazard was too quick. This could be real trouble for Tunisia. And I always enjoy watching an Eden Hazard penalty because very often he doesn't even look at the ball. He looks at the keeper and waits for him to go. 6 minutes played in the Spartak Stadium. Eden Hazard buries it in the bottom corner, and Belgium lead Tunisia 1-0. The captain, the star man, wins the penalty, scores the penalty. Roberto Martinez applauds, and Belgium off to a flyer in Moscow. It's Belgium 1, Tunisia 0.
The perfect start, the perfect penalty. Hazard, so cool, isn't he? Strolls up to the ball, looking at the Tunisian goalkeeper, shapes it, planted to the keeper's left, whips it across Ben Mustafa into the right-hand corner. Fantastic penalty. Perfect start for Belgium.
6.5 minutes played. Tunisian fans go quiet. I imagine Northern Ireland fans back home might be singing along to Will Griggs on Fire Here, which is the music blasted out after the goal, but it's the Belgian fans rejoicing. And again, Chris, now that has to bring Tunisia forward. Lose this game, then they're already relying on other results to try and stay in the competition. Khazri's offside. The assistant referee just waited a while to put his flag up. Belgium 1, Tunisia 0. What a player Hazard is.
Yeah, I mean, he earned the penalty. Clever piece of interplay initially, and as the ball's popped out, he's just so explosive, isn't he? Covers the ground quickly. It's a really poor challenge, though. You can't commit in those situations unless you're absolutely certain.
Free kick Belgium for the offside. Thibaut Courtois takes it with his left foot. Good clatter downfield. Lukaku is not marked there. Flicks it on beyond Mertens and out for a throw. Belgium 1, Tunisia 0. Belgium having beaten Panama 3-0 in the opening game. Starting today, top of the group. England, of course, will be watching. In action tomorrow, Nizhny Novgorod. Full commentary on 5 Live, kicking off at 1 o'clock. The game also on BBC television. Here come Tunisia, though, with Khazri. Ben Yusuf on the right had stopped his run, and so Khazri passes it straight to Thibaut Courtois.
Little misunderstanding there. Tunisia pressing Belgium high up the pitch, but they're so accomplished on the ball, aren't they?
Oh, they're having fun, Belgium, as well. Hazard with a little back heel. Ben Yusuf, who made the challenge, Chris, actually started the game quite well. He intercepted a couple of things and looked quite comfortable. He was just beaten for pace, wasn't he?
Well, he was, but in that situation, you know, Hazard wasn't running in directly on goal. He just needs to usher him out towards the corner flag. You cannot commit as a defender unless you're 100% sure.
Jan Vertonghen pressing very high up the field here, over on the left wing. Charges into Dylan Bron, pushes him over, and actually gives Vertonghen a chance to get back into position. Belgium 1, Tunisia 0. Early stages on BBC Radio 5 Live. Over 40 hours of live sport on 5 Live and Sports Extra over the weekend as Tunisia come forward. Cowie, who's been brought into the side today, looks for the 1-2 with Khazri. Runs into Hazard, goes down, is hurt. The referee plays an advantage here for Tunisia. Ball through the middle, Badri was chasing, and Courtois quickly off his line, gets to the ball. Are Belgium going to put it out of play? Well, let's just see. Meunier's on it. Kinisi. I mean, if you looked at Belgium, you'd effectively be saying, right, well, we're going to do it without Hazard and Lukaku. That's tough.
It's a massive loss. You know, their key man, their creator, that spark which they have in the final third. The best player, and he's out, but they just have to get on with it. It's not ideal, of course, but somebody has to step up.
Yep. Cowie's okay, and Eden Hazard's okay too.
Need to keep an eye on Hazard. He was just holding his right thighs, not moving well.
Well, they're 1-0 up. They definitely won't take a risk if there's any sort of issue. Plenty of strength on the bench. Throw in, the ball is given back to Belgium, but actually Belgium don't like it because it was kicked out of play by Sarsi, so Belgium get a throw. Now, it depends whether Tunisia press the throw. They don't. So in the end, the ball's gone back to Courtois. I mean, what a waste. Why not give it back to him straight away?
Well, they should have done. And Dries Mertens, who isn't the tallest, squaring up to Sarsi. He's about 6'4". Only one winner. Little
and large. De Bruyne. Someone, by the way, on social media today called us Cannon and Bruce Ball rather than Cannon and Ball. You having that or not?
I can see that, yeah.
Alderweireld, long diagonal. Carrasco on the charge here, chasing the ball, bounces away from him. Ben Yusuf tries to block his run. Hazard comes running, high foot there, could have caught Hazard. Hazard keeps going, then another strong challenge on him by Bron. Bron maybe got the ball there. I think that's gone out for a throw, but it's coming in for a bit of treatment, Eden Hazard.
Well, do you know what? I just wonder, and we're on the opposite side of the pitch, whether a card should come out for that. That was like a kung fu type kick. If it had caught Hazard, that would have been the end of him.
Yeah, it would have been. Dangerously high. Ball laid back in the penalty area. Witsel on the turn. Shot is blocked. Bounces on the corner of the area. Here's Cowie. Cowie, that's a good run down the right-hand side. Beats two challenges. Darts in between Witsel and De Bruyne. And then Sarsi's missed his pass. Meunier intercepts for Belgium. He's got real pace. Good run from him. They can't catch him, Tunisia. Gives it to Lukaku. Wide on the right-hand side. Low crossing. Hazard shoots and scuffs it. And it's easily saved. It should have been 2-0.
Well, it's a really good spot from Lukaku down the right-hand side. Meunier releasing him. He gets his head up and he pulls the ball across the 6-yard line. And Hazard gets the run on the defender. He has a free shot. I think it's right foot onto left foot, and he should have buried that 6 yards out. Belgium should be 2 up.
Must also say a welcome to our listeners on the BBC World Service across Africa, wherever you may be. Tuning into our coverage here at Russia 2018. If you are a Tunisian fan, not good news. Early goal for Belgium, 6-minute penalty, won by Eden Hazard, scored by Eden Hazard. And here comes Kevin De Bruyne. Outside of his right foot, prompts Mertens. Mertens cross into the area, headed away, back to the left-hand side for Tunisia. Their left-back, Maloul, brings it forward, gives it to Sarsi. Belgium press here. Ooh, Lukaku almost got onto a loose ball there. And Ben Yusuf, the centre-back Ben Yusuf, clears. The other Ben Yusuf, Fakhreddine Ben Yusuf, gives it to Khazri on the right-hand side. Khazri's going to run at Vertonghen, knocks the ball through his legs. Was he blocked there? Referee says no. Immediately waves his hand, says it was a fair challenge, and Vertonghen comes away with the ball.
Yeah, first impression, shoulder to shoulder. Khazri's gone down. He's waving his arms around. Theatrics, we've talked about theatrics in this World Cup. He stayed down. You see the first card of the game. Another skirmish, another strong challenge on Hazard, but here's the Vertonghen. Khazri one, just watching the replay. I think Khazri saying he caught him in the face, but it's accidental. I think he's trying to fend him with his left arm, get his body in. Khazri back on his feet.
His fingers tickled his face. I mean, I know if you're running at pace, and if you get poked in the eye, that's obviously painful, but what are you laughing at now?
Well, I mean, he's thrown himself down.
You're not laughing at me for once?
No.
Good. 14 minutes played first half. Belgium won.
But that's embarrassing.
Yeah, absolutely. But they're not. We discussed this last night, didn't we, Chris? They're not doing anything about it, about the play acting. Players are just allowed to get on with it. We haven't seen a yellow card for diving yet, I don't think, in the tournament. Hazard back to full speed in the centre circle. Plays it out to Carrasco on the left-hand side. Carrasco running at Bron, right-footed, low drive, and it's straight at Ben Mustafa, who makes a very comfortable save.
Yeah, Carrasco on that left-hand side, coming in on his right foot, but giving that Belgium team really good width. And Meunier on the right-hand side, as soon as they get the ball, they just go, they just bomb on.
I have to say, Chris, already watching Belgium live here and starting to click into gear, it really does whet the appetite, possibly. I know England have a game to play against Panama. They've got to deal with that. But next Thursday, if England can play like they did, certainly in the first half against Tunisia, could be a really good game, actually.
Well, that midfield battle, that's going to be the key. I really think that talent in there, De Bruyne, Hazard, artists.
Malul's lost it on the halfway line. Trouble for Tunisia here. Mertens onto Lukaku. Good chance for Lukaku. Left-footed drive into the bottom corner. No mistake for Romelu Lukaku. And I would say after 15 minutes, this game is already done and dusted. Belgium 2, Tunisia 0.
No hiding, no hiding. But Lukaku in this first half makes a really good run, peels off the centre half. The ball is perfectly weighted. Was he just inside the box, left-footed, has a look up, and he plants the shot past Ben Mustafa into the far corner. And this, even in these early stages, and it looks like it's going to turn into a rout. It's a really good finish from Lukaku. Just places it in off the left-hand post, composed.
Looking right across the pitch here at a pocket of Belgian fans splashed in sunshine, the national flags waving, and just a seething mass bouncing up and down to the music. Let's hit you with the Lukaku stats after that goal. 39 goals for his country. 71st cap today, so well ahead of 1 in 2. That is now 16 in his last 11 starts. He scored 6 at major tournaments for Belgium. Jan Keulemans is the record holder in that regard. He is also on 6, so he's equalled that record, and he's just 25 years old. And that, I mean, that's very interesting, Chris. In our sort of England-Belgium composite teams, we both went Kane over Lukaku, but he keeps scoring, he keeps doing it. He's written off about...
It's a tough call. It's the toughest call of all. But that was a really accomplished finish.
Free kick Tunisia, meanwhile. They're 2-0 down to Belgium. Tunisia, who've only ever won one World Cup game, and it was their very first back in 1978. Khazri's free kick into the air, headed down and in! And Tunisia immediately have a goal back. The delivery from Khazri was absolutely perfect. And Fajani Sarsi, who scored the penalty against England, celebrates the goal. And maybe I wrote them off too soon. Belgium 2, Tunisia 1.
I tell you, it's a good header, terrific ball in, whipped in, right-footed. I think it's Bron, in fact, who gets the touch, vital touch. I think he's onside. And as the ball's whipped in, just flicks the header. Courtois dives left-handed. But they're back in this game.
Spot on. Dylan Bron, the man who made the run, the right back, leapt well. VAR had a look for the potential offside, but that check is over. And Dylan Bron it is who scores his first goal for Tunisia in his 7th cap. Belgium 2, Tunisia 1.
And what a start, and credit to Tunisia. Really important, I think, after Lukaku's second goal, that they get that goal back. That will just give them a little bit of belief.
Sarsi chipping one forward into the penalty area. Badri with a little back heel. I thought he might have volleyed that.
He's got to take that in well. He's got to take it in, take a touch, get hold of it. There's another opportunity.
Meunier heads it forward. 3 goals in the first 18 minutes of the first half here in the Spartak Stadium. Belgium sweeping forward again. Yellow shirts, black shorts, yellow socks. Playing from left to right in this first half. Mertens, little nutmeg there. Through the legs of Malul's giving it away again, and he's giving it to Hazard on the dribble. Pokes it out wide to Meunier. Meunier's first-time cross. Carrasco with the volley. Palmed away. Mertens, a cross goal. That's cleared. Witsel tries to get a knee in on the edge of the box. Meunier dives in. Can't win the header. And it's cleared up to the halfway line.
This could be anything. This could be 10-5, the way both teams are defending. I thought Mertens, when the ball was parried, came back out to him. Was he 6-7 yards out? Doesn't take the shot on. Tries to pull it back to Lukaku. Should have just smashed it from that range.
Belgium 2, Tunisia 1. BBC Radio 5 live at the World Cup, day 10. Also on the World Service across Africa this afternoon. Khazri's fouled by Carrasco, picks himself up. Free kick for Tunisia, they believe.
And Khazri started the game as a centre-forward. It's actually Badri who's playing as the number 9. And Khazri probably in his favourite position, out in a wide area.
Here's Sarsi. Little right-footed flick out to Malul. Dylan Bron, by the way, the goal scorer, plays. Time ball from Vertonghen with his left foot. Plays it Tunisian man who made the block is down and hurt. Now players continuing here. Mounier, Alderweireld is intercepted, chested down and drags his shot wide with the right foot. Not sure Tunisia are going to be best pleased about that. It's behind for the goal kick.
Well, do you know what? I think Belgium quite entitled in that situation. Tunisia player goes down. They try and actually attack Belgium with a crossfield ball. All Alderweireld did is step in, take the ball and drive towards the box.
Still trying to see who that is that is down for Belgium. Lying prone right on the edge of the penalty area. It's Bron, the goal scorer, who just made the block with his left foot and then just crumpled in a heap and looks to be in real pain, actually. In real trouble. He's got his head buried in his left arm. Two Belgian players with concerned looks. Having another look at the free kick here.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's
Boyata's right foot.
Yeah, which is playing him onside, but I think Bron comes from a deeper position.
Yeah.
Anyway, Boyata just drops a little bit too early.
That's it for Dylan Bron. I've just seen the Tunisian physio rolling the arms and saying his game, at least game, could be World Cup is over, and that's sad. He's got the goal back for Tunisia. We're going to get a close-up again. He blocks Carrasco's through ball with his left foot,
awkwardly.
Which, yeah, almost got stuck in the turf. And I think that could be that for his World Cup.
Yeah, it looks like he's opened that left knee up.
Belgium 2, Tunisia 1. So we're going to have a stoppage here as the stretcher comes on. 4 of the Belgian players have come to get some refreshments. Romelu Lukaku is getting instructions from Roberto Martinez. Eden Hazard with the early penalty. Lukaku with the second goal had Belgium cruising at 2-0. I rather jumped in a bit presumptuously there and gave them the game. Tunisia immediately have pulled the goal back with Dylan Bron. His game is now over, coming off on the stretcher, and the backup right back is Hamdi Naguez, who plays his club football in Egypt now. Was talk of a move for him, actually, to England in January. He was linked with both Crystal Palace and Newcastle. It didn't come off, but he will now come on for Tunisia, and that is a very sad sight at any World Cup, because we can see Bron flat out on the stretcher. I can't tell whether he's in tears or not, but his arms and his eyes are shielding his face.
Bittersweet, because he'll remember the goal forever. But I actually, you know what you said about game over, and you went early. Not the first time you've gone early, Ali, but the truth is every time Belgium attack, they look like they're going to score.
Yes. It may well prove to be true, but let's see. We've only had 23 minutes of the first half, and it's been a really entertaining game so far. In England's group, of course. Panama against England in Kaliningrad tomorrow. Kicks off at 1 o'clock. The burden is there with the team in Nizhny Novgorod. 5 Live Sport is on air from 11 o'clock tomorrow. And we will be taking your calls after the game as well. There will be a 606 for you after the match. Belgium 2, Tunisia 1. That is sloppy from Mounier. Couldn't cut out the pass, has conceded a throw. And Tunisia take that quickly. Khazri, good move into the penalty area. Down to the byline he goes. Little flick, little Rabona flick, straight into the arms of Courtois, who grabs it gratefully.
Tell you what, they look dangerous, Tunisia, in that final third. Khazri running at the back line to the byline. Courtois anticipated it well. Came out and caught it comfortably.
Alderweireld's got the ball from Courtois. He's given it back to him. Romelu Lukaku's World Cup so far, by the way. 3 shots on target and have all ended up in the back of the net. And I think he may well have even turned to his captain and said, well, I don't think I was hiding there. They found him. He finished it really well, didn't he, Chris?
Oh, he took it well. He's a class player, class striker. And on his day, you know, we've seen it in the Premier League, he can bully absolutely anyone.
Tunisia in possession on the right-hand side. And this is the substitute who's just come on, who is Naguez, who has gone down, but has conceded the throw. And Carrasco gets ready to take that for Belgium. Belgium-England final group game is Thursday. So those final round of games, where the 2 matches are played simultaneously, they start on Monday. And Chris and I will be doing Iran-Portugal on Monday night, with plenty riding on that one. 20 minutes to play in the first half here. And it's Belgium who lead Tunisia by 2-1. But Tunisia are right in the game at the moment. They've got the ball again inside the Belgium half. On the right, Fakhreddine Ben Yusuf overhits his pass and it's straight behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, just got to be a little bit more patient there, under no pressure. They look dangerous. Likes of Khazri making runs in behind. Cowie always looking for those runners.
Alderweireld, clearance forward, intercepted. Here's Sarsi, toes it forward to Khazri. Boyata was in, won the ball. Sarsi heads it forward again. Boyata clears with his header. Hazard flicks it on, and De Bruyne has done well, and he's got Lukaku on his right-hand side. Lukaku's in again, onto the right foot, might have overrun it just past the keeper, leaps out of the keeper's way, goes down, says he doesn't want a penalty, and it goes behind for a goal kick.
Dreadful defending once again from Tunisia. It's a 50-50 ball with Kevin De Bruyne as the ball's bouncing. De Bruyne wins it, he should be taken out. To Lukaku's credit, should we say, he takes a heavy touch initially, tries to go around the goalkeeper. I think he's saying to the referee, I didn't dive, he does fall.
A slightly more deceitful striker possibly might have tucked his foot in under the goalkeeper there. There was a very slight brush of contact, but Lukaku did fall, but immediately got up and said...
Yeah, I sort of believe him. I think he was thinking about, you know, what that would look like, the fall. That may look ridiculous. I'll just hold my hands up.
Yeah. It brings us back. Mertens now gives it to Lukaku. Good first-time ball. Lukaku, 30 yards out, quickly onto Hazard. Hazard works it onto his right foot, wide to Mertens. Mertens cross into the near post, is too close to the goalkeeper, and Mustafa makes the catch. Mustafa clears with his right foot. Vertonghen reads it and just volleys it back like they're playing tennis there with each other. Headed away by Siam. Ben Yusuf, who's headed it straight back to Hazard. Hazard into Lukaku, lays it off to Witsel, whose shot is deflected away and behind for a corner.
What is going on in that Tunisian backline? Just popped the ball straight into Eden Hazard, who crosses the ball to Lukaku. I wondered whether he should have taken a touch. Unselfish he was, lays it back to Witsel. I think the shot's going well wide anyway, takes a deflection. But every time Belgium are in and around that Tunisian box, they look like they're going to score.
Quick corner taken. That doesn't work from De Bruyne. He was trying to be clever with a little chip one. It's blocked on the line by Maloul, and then it is whacked away. No nonsense defending that. Straight into the stands. And out for a throw into Belgium. Belgium 2, Tunisia 1 on BBC Radio 5 Live and the World Service across Africa. So much sport for you on 5 Live and Sports Extra this weekend. 6 World Cup games in total, Saturday and Sunday. 5 Africa and England in the rugby, and the French Grand Prix qualifying session over on Sports Extra this afternoon from 5 to 3 UK time. Although, as we were hearing, third practice washed out by rain. Belgium 2, Tunisia 1. Belgium have given the ball away this time. And so Skiri in midfield for Tunisia. Plays the pass to the right-hand side. Naguez gets onto it from right-back, gives it to Khazri. Khazri goes for an interesting strike right across the face of goal.
And cross.
Courtois just shrugs and lets it go, and it's behind for the goal kick. Well, who was the cross to? That wasn't aiming at anyone.
To nobody. I think he just tried to whip the ball across the area. Got it all wrong. But they're still in this game. Tunisia, very difficult to work out what actual shape they're playing. They're playing with a back four. But then when they go forward, there are players absolutely everywhere. Seem to be very narrow in that midfield.
Less than 2 minutes there were between the goals, between Lukaku's for Belgium, which made it 2-0, and Dylan Bron, who's now gone off with the injury, getting them one back for Tunisia. Belgium win here, gets them on 6 points after 2 games. You think it would be enough if they do get the win and England don't lose against Panama tomorrow. Belgium will be through. Belgium win and England win. They'll both be through to the last 16. But Tunisia are going to have something to say about that this afternoon here in Moscow. And here's Naguez, the right back, gets his cross in. Khazri attacks it, cleared to the edge of the area. Sarsi brings it down on his right foot, drags the shot, and no real power either. And it's behind for the goal kick.
I tell you what, though, they do look a threat on the break. And Boyata did well as the ball was whipped in from the right-hand side. Boyata just gets across Khazri, makes the interception, but then it sits on the edge of the box. And Asasi just chokes on the ball from 18 yards, pulls it past Courtois' right-hand post.
Just a little test for Belgium at the moment. Had the first 15 minutes all their own way. Courtois clears with his left foot, down towards Lukaku. Foul given against Lukaku against Meria, who was marking him. And so the free kick will go to Tunisia. The manager, Nabil Maloul, is out on the sidelines, opting for the casual look. A black polo shirt untucked. Ball up to Khazri here, edge of the penalty area. The touch, though, slowed him down. Vertonghen managed to get there and clears for Belgium. Throw in Tunisia. They're going to take it quickly, which Khazri does. Plays it back to Maloul. Maloul infield to Sarsi. Sarsi across the pitch to the right-hand side. Here's Badri. And East Badri onto Naguez. Naguez is tackled by Carrasco. And there's a throw-in for Tunisia. Lukaku's got a problem, Chris. Belgium down to 10 at the moment. Just got a problem with his right ankle, he seems to be pointing out there. Tunisia have given the ball away. De Bruyne has it and plays it to Hazard. So they haven't got a striker through the middle at the moment. Mertens trying to get there. Hazard's lost it. And here come Tunisia up to the edge of the area. Kawi lays it off to Sarsi. Sarsi back to Skiri. And now Khazri. 30 yards out, right-footed drive. Courtois palms it away. Sarsi follows up, but Courtois there to grab the rebound.
Khazri on his right foot. You're thinking you can't shoot from there. Probably 35 yards out. Hammers a shot from Courtois. Palms it up in the air, gets it at the second attempt.
Alderweireld inside his own penalty area. Boyata asks quite a bit there of his right back, Thomas Meunier, who manages to get to the pass just inside the touchline. Plays it back to Alderweireld. Number 2 on his back for Belgium. Vincent Kompany and Thomas Vermaelen still recovering from their injury problems that they brought into this World Cup. Nice pacey ball from Witsel through the middle to Hazard. Haven't seen much of Hazard for the last 10 or 15 minutes. We do now. Chips a lovely pass out to the right to Meunier. Mertens is in the middle. Crosses in towards the near post. Awkward one, bounces, Mustafa spills it and then dives on it, and Mertens couldn't take advantage. He was behind the goalkeeper.
Looks nervous, doesn't he, the goalkeeper? Mustafa spilt that. Easy one to take.
Much more even game. Last 20 minutes or so. Belgium 2, Tunisia 1. Tunisia have passed the ball straight out of play, given the possession back. Here's De Bruyne to Alderweireld. Alderweireld just short of the halfway line. Lukaku is back on, gets involved in play, lays it off to Witsel, who's got the big bushy hair, much like Marouane Fellaini. Hazard now on the dribble in the inside left channel. Hazard still going, they can't stop him. Oh, it's wonderful, almost through all of them, and eventually stopped in his tracks on the edge of the area. Belgium have got to get back, because here comes Tunisia on the counter with a couple of players making tracks in the middle. Khazri keeps it, turns and goes again. Good run from Wabi Khazri, still going, overhits the pass, trying to feed it through there for a runner in Kawi, but the ball's behind for the goal kick.
He's looked lively. Sunderland fans will remember Khazri did well under Allardyce. David Moyes wasn't so keen on him, but he's looked sharp, hasn't he?
That's right, he was on loan to Rennes last season, only made 7 Premier League starts under David Moyes as Sunderland were relegated from the Premier League, but had a decent season in League 1 last season as Sunderland went straight through the Championship as well and down into League 1. 11 minutes remaining in the first half, live from the Spartak Stadium in Moscow on BBC Radio 5 Live this afternoon. Another full day of World Cup football, lots of other sport as well, which we will keep you updated on throughout the day. Alderweireld's ball through, intercepted. Good first half here. Nice pass as well from Kawi out to the right-hand side. Khazri's waiting in the middle for the cross. Boyata comes flying into the challenge, gets the ball, says the referee, and it's back with Courtois.
Blimey, I thought that was a foul.
He's the one, isn't he, Chris?
Ground. Oh, he does get the ball. I don't think you can lunge in like that. I think that should have been a free kick, and Boyata lucky to get away with that. Got good pace.
Another interesting stat. Well, you can be the judge of that, actually, Chris, in a second when I give you it. We're going to have a stoppage in play here because Khazri's down. Now, that's a concern for Tunisia. This is courtesy of Optagene on social media. There have been 13 penalties in this World Cup in 27 games. That is already as many as in the entire World Cup 4 years ago in Brazil. #VAR.
Wow.
Must have something to do with it, mustn't it?
Yeah.
But we've also seen, haven't we, Neymar thought he got a penalty, and then that got turned around against him, so that could have been another one.
Look, I'm not a fan of VAR, but on balance, I think in this World Cup, I think it's worked pretty well.
You weren't a massive fan either of my Phil Mitchell impression earlier on today, were you, from EastEnders? Which I was surprised at, actually. I thought it was better than your Grant Mitchell. I'm
surprised you brought that up.
Are you? The reason for it being that in the reception of our hotel, there's a board up, isn't there, of all the VIPs that have visited the hotel.
Incredible.
Presidents, world leaders. George Bush is on there, Bill Clinton is on there, Angelina Jolie, as you said. I think it's Jolie, Chris. John McEnroe's on there.
You know who I meant.
I knew who you meant. And you knew who I was doing an impression of. But Ross Kemp was the one that stood out for us, wasn't he?
Incredible. That was unbelievable. Ross Kemp up with the great leaders of the world.
Yeah.
Ross Kemp.
Exactly. 9 minutes to play first half. Not missing any action there, by the way, as we were discussing that, because Khazri has moved to the sidelines, waiting to get back into action. Carrasco, well forward there from left back, caught on the turn and wins the free kick. And Khazri just very slowly, nonchalantly comes walking back onto the field. Belgium 2, Tunisia 1, if you are just tuning in. De Bruyne takes the free kick quickly. Two wonderful players there for Belgium, just exchange short passes, De Bruyne and Hazard. Back to De Bruyne in his white boots. Here's Vertonghen. Now Boyata. Boyata in the centre circle, just being forced backwards.
Yeah, well, he, believe me, just has to keep things simple. Give it to somebody who can play. Very athletic, he'll head it, pacey. Sometimes he just tries things he's simply not capable of.
Tunisia clear their lines. Goalkeeper Ben Mustafa with his right foot, headed away by Alderweireld. Sarsi wins the next header. Ball bounces high, so he gets onto another one here. And slightly miscued by Merrier. Kept in play there by Malul. And Sarsi's done well for Tunisia. Well, he had done until Witsel, too strong for him, knocks him off it. Hazard into Mertens. Mertens flicks it on to Witsel. It actually runs to Lukaku. He thinks about the first time shot. He gives it to De Bruyne. De Bruyne looks for that run of Lukaku and Carrasco. Neither of them could get there. And Tunisia very quickly turn it into a counter-attack. 7 minutes left in the first half. Belgium 2, Tunisia 1. Here's Badri. Badri wide to Neguez. On to Badri again. They work that well. Neguez's ball in. It's beyond Khazri. Ben Yusuf on the volley. Caught it well, but swings it wide. Belgium goal kick.
Good technique. The ball whipped him from the right-hand side. Ben Yusuf on his chest. 24 yards out, 25 yards out. Takes a wonderful first touch. Good technique, getting that right hip up nice and high. Hits it purely. Just goes away from Courtois' left-hand post.
Closing stages of the first half in Moscow. Belgium 2, Tunisia 1. South Korea, Mexico kicking off at 4 o'clock this afternoon in Group F. That game in full on 5 Live Sports Extra. Vicky Sparks and Terry Butcher bringing you full commentary of Germany-Sweden tonight on 5 Live. That game kicks off at 7 o'clock. Meunier up against Malul. Surely he tugged him to the ground there. He did. Assistant referee spotted it. And Tunisia get themselves the free kick. Terry Butcher was using his Russian to buy washing powder, I believe, yesterday. Chris Sutton, how did that go?
Yeah, we went to the supermarket. It took Terry Butcher 35 minutes to buy some washing powder, some milk and some biscuits. 35 minutes.
And were you helpful or a hindrance?
I was just chuckling when he was asking which washing powder. He asked a Russian lady which he should use, and she wasn't interested whatsoever.
Tunisian player is down. Well, I bet you she's probably seen the pictures of him in the blood-soaked England shirt, and she's probably thinking, well, if you got a shirt like that, there's nothing's going to work on that.
Yeah, steer clear.
Ben Yusuf, Cyan Ben Yusuf, the centre-back, is down. Ah, right, Johan Ben Alouane of Leicester, who our listeners back in the UK, it's a name they certainly will recognise, is getting ready to come on. I mean, Tunisia coming into the tournament without two of their top players, have lost their right-back who scored their goal today. They've now lost their centre-back, Ben Yusuf. Ben Alouane is going to come on. Not been easy for them.
No, but if we're going to be totally honest, he hasn't played particularly well Ben Youssef has had a bit of a stinker, hasn't he?
He's going off on a stretcher, Chris. Have a little bit of...
Yeah, but, well, he hasn't played well. That was the point I'm making.
No, I
don't think he's going to be any great loss. He's given the ball away, has been careless.
Let's hope he's okay, though. Ben Alouane is on.
Yeah, let's hope he's okay.
Exactly. Free kick for Tunisia. Got themselves back into this game well. 2-0 down after 15 minutes. Hazard and Lukaku with the goals. Hazard from the penalty spot. They quickly got themselves a goal back and have looked like they could score another. Oh, Boyata's given it away poorly there. Luckily, Belgium get it back because Cowy's pass wasn't good enough. Boyata. Given away to Neguez, the substitute right back. Finds Sarsi. Orange heels to his dark boots. Pass is floated out to Maloul on the left-hand side. Brings that down on his left foot. Plays it towards Sarsi. Alderweireld clears out for the throw in the sunshine. Just for a second, clouds moved in above the Spartak Stadium. It just feels like it's just cooled things ever so slightly. Maloul on the left-hand side, chips into the area, brought down by Cowy nicely, and Boyata's in with the challenge. That's a Tunisia corner.
Tell you what, good turn. Ball dinked in from the left-hand side. Cowell on the half-turn takes a really good touch, but to Boyata's credit, he didn't dive in. Perfectly timed challenge.
Khazri has Cowy there short for him if he wants him. Badri was running in as well. 3 minutes to play in the first half. Tunisia corner. They're going to take their time here. Referee is now happy in his bright blue shirt, blows the whistle. It is rolled to Cowy. Cowy's corner swung in right at Courtois, and that is way too easy to catch. Courtois, giant man, comes sprinting out to the edge of the area and decides to hold on to the ball. Bowls it out to Jan Vertonghen. Vertonghen plays it to Witsel. And Witsel back into Boyata, whose last two passes have gone astray. Doesn't miss with this one, though. And plays it to Vertonghen. Walking pace from Belgium in their yellow kit, black shorts. Witsel's pass back to Vertonghen wasn't the best. And then Vertonghen is challenged by Skiri, goes down hurt. And Belgium will get the free kick. But it's just been a bit sloppy from Belgium in passing around the back in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, he just took too long on the ball. He was skewered by Skiri.
Do you know the other one I was thinking of? Going down that line, and I promise you we're not going to go back into all the Russian idioms because we have way too many of those in Iran, Spain. But Cowy just reminded me of the one we didn't use for the cow on ice. You know, like we sometimes say Bambi on ice for someone who can't get their feet. In Russia, that is a cow on ice, which I actually prefer. I think that's quite good. Carrasco attacking down the left-hand side. Belgium have lost it. Belgium 2, Tunisia 1. Chested down into midfield. Vertonghen's there to intercept. Here's Witsel. Witsel plays it to his left. Hazard. Little give and go from Hazard, and here he goes. Step over. At pace, looking for Lukaku. Tries to find Hazard again. Blocked on the edge of the area. Tunisia have no one forward to collect the clearance. Just over a minute to play, plus added time in the first half. Kevin De Bruyne up towards Lukaku. Lays off to Mertens. Mertens floats it beyond Hazard. Hazard will chase this. Neguez will try and see it out of play. He does so. What do you think Gareth Southgate in England will have made of Belgium's first half performance, Chris Sutton?
I think that he will be looking at this thinking these boys can attack, but they have a vulnerability at the back. Tunisia at times have really opened them up.
Tunisia try to go long and use the pace of Kasbri. The pass was well overhit, so Courtois has it. A minute remaining in the first half. Belgium 2, Tunisia 1. Sunshine is back out again. Here's Witsel. Heard Chris Waddle saying very, very hot in Nizhny Novgorod, where England are playing tomorrow against Panama. Mertens goes down. Witsel goes down. And the referee gives the free kick to Tunisia in the end, which they want to take quickly and get on with play. How much added time are we going to have at the end of the first half? Got to be a good 2 or 3. That's 4 minutes because of the injuries to Tunisia. Here's Cowy, right on the centre spot in the Spartak Stadium. Slides the ball to Khazri. Khazri 30 yards out on the right-hand side. Gets it back from Neguez. Cowy tries to chip one forward. Witsel stands in the way. Almost comes back to Cowy. De Bruyne behind him, stretches a foot out, flicks it in the air, but Tunisia get it back. Khazri. It's going to come back infield. 4 minutes of added time at the end of the first half. 5 Live at Russia 2018, also on the World Service on the BBC across Africa this afternoon. And I think the Tunisian fans listening won't be that happy with that pass from Khazri, because he sliced it straight out of play, but they will have feared when they went 2-0 down they could have collapsed. They've definitely not done that. Well,
absolutely crucial that they got that goal back so quickly, because Belgium came out of the trap, started brilliantly, 2 goals up, just switched off from a free kick. A good header it was, but still Belgium, who looked the more threatening.
Belgium pressing here, but Tunisia have managed to get out on the left-hand side. Ali Maloul plays it to Sarsi. Sarsi back to Maloul. Short figure, the left back in his white boots. Immediately looks up and goes for the long diagonal here towards Khazri. Khazri anticipating a back header from Carrasco. Carrasco knew what he was doing, so has nodded it straight out of play for a throw into Tunisia on the right-hand side. Ben Alouane. First time we've mentioned his name in commentary since coming on for Ben Yusuf at the back. Took too long there. Witsel blocks his pass forward. Ben Alouane's got to be a bit careful here. Plays it infield to Sarsi, who just managed to hold off De Bruyne. Plays a little 1-2, and now Sarsi's able to get moving forward, looking for Ben Yusuf. Meunier intercepts. Meunier's dribbling across the face of his own penalty area. Done well, though. He's given it to Hazard, and Hazard suddenly sprints up the middle of the pitch. Sees De Bruyne, acres of space, one touch De Bruyne, in towards Lukaku, beyond him. Couldn't slide it in and connect and put it in the back of the net. So Tunisia escape with that one. They get a goal kick. It remains 2-1.
I think it's the 3rd time this afternoon. He just missed with that final ball, Kevin De Bruyne, but how about Eden Hazard there? That little injection of pace leaves the ball out to De Bruyne on the right-hand side, who's trying to find Lukaku, not far away.
90 seconds remaining in the first half. Belgium 2, Tunisia 1. Boyata for Belgium. Plays it to Alderweireld. Deep inside Belgium territory. Forward to Witsel. Witsel challenged by Skiri, who runs alongside him. Witsel tries to slide one through to De Bruyne. A bit further forward at the moment, De Bruyne. Don't know why Maloul kept that in, or tried to keep it in. He's given it away. De Bruyne to Meunier. Meunier, edge of the area. Lukaku's in behind. Oh, what a finish! Romelu Lukaku, who is having a wonderful World Cup, and Belgium get their 3rd goal right at the end of the first half. Belgium 3, Tunisia 1. Romelu Lukaku has 4 in this tournament already.
Perfect timing, and what a cheeky finish. Brilliant finish. A finish of a striker full of confidence, and it's really well worked. Poor defending from Tunisia initially, but when it comes to De Bruyne, perfectly weighted pass into Meunier, and then he slides the ball into Lukaku. His run is perfect. He knows exactly what he's going to do. Ben Mustafa sits down, and with his right foot, he keeper, impudent, wonderful finish from Lukaku.
2 very different finishes, but both superb in their quality today. The low left foot chance buried the first one, and a lovely, as Chris said, impudent is exactly the word. Spot on. Right foot just dug underneath the ball. Floats it over the keeper. Belgium 3, Tunisia 1. And that is that. That is the end of the first half. So, I mean, it's the really obvious thing to say, Chris, from Tunisia's point of view. That is absolutely the worst thing that could have happened. Maloul, the left-back, should have let that ball go out of play, gave it back to Belgium. They've punished them. I'm going to say it again. I think it's done and dusted.
Yeah, well, you can just see the body language of the Tunisian players. That was a hammer blow from Lukaku. Belgium have been the better side. Tunisia got back into it, but they look a real threat going forward, Belgium.
2 more goals for Romelu Lukaku. He's on 4 for the tournament, and that is joint top scorer at the moment with Cristiano Ronaldo. Half-time in Moscow, Belgium 3, Tunisia 1.
They've played some good stuff, Chris Sutton, haven't they? They occasionally lose their concentration and drop off the pace, but when they're on it, they are on it.
Yeah, I think they're breathtaking going forward. You know, Mertens, Hazard, how good has he been at times? That injection of pace he has on the half-term. De Bruyne, wonderful passer. Actually missed a few opportunities, overweighted passes this afternoon. But I suppose the worry for England would be if all that clicks, and then Lukaku, you know, his finishing, his 2nd goal was a finish of a striker with a wonderful, clear head in those situations. A striker full of confidence. But I suppose the hope for England would be, watching this, is I think that Belgium have looked vulnerable at the back.
Yeah, but at the moment, Alan Shearer, they've got a striker, bang, in form, who will do damage to any side.
Yeah, they're. I agree with Chris. Going forward, they look absolutely superb, and so they should be with the attacking talent that they have in Hazard, Lukaku, Mertens, and of course De Bruyne. He's played his part also. So, yeah, the one encouragement would be they've conceded from a set piece, and of course England have looked very dangerous from set pieces in recent games as well. So from that point of view, but yeah, very, very impressed with them going forward. Talk
me through the two finishes from Lukaku, or the two goals actually.
Two very different finishes. Lukaku, left foot finish. I just thought his movement in the with the first goal, where he sort of ran in and checked out, and then left himself the space to run into, and then the finish. Keeper's got no chance, side net and left foot. And of course, the second one, it was very similar to his goal in the first game against Panama, wasn't it? When he was left 1-on-1, he dinked it over the goalkeeper. But when you've got that pace to get there, just that split second before the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper commits himself, then that's the obvious finish, is the dink, and he finishes off superbly well.
The movement.
Yeah, the movement was excellent. The movement was excellent for both of the goals, I should say. He's now on 4 goals. Joint top scorer, confidence flying, and so it should be with the chances they create in this team.
What did he say to Players Tribune before the World Cup? I'm about to play in another one, and you know what? I'm going to remember to have fun this time. Life is too short for the stress and the drama. That's certainly coming across. What stat did you want to throw at me?
What was it? What is it now? 17 goals in 11 or 10 and a half games. He's got another 45 minutes, and you wouldn't put it past him to go and get a hat-trick, or even more, would you?
Do you want another one?
Go on.
You can use this away from here. He's 25 years and 41 days old, is Lukaku. He now has 40 goals in 71 caps. At the same age, Ronaldo had 22 in 69, Rooney 26 in 68, and Messi 26 in 70. Aside from the comparisons with other international footballers, just 40 and 71's a heck of a record.
Whoever it's against, and I don't want to do him a disservice and by saying that against the teams that he scored against, because for forwards it doesn't matter. Their goals, they count whether against Brazil or Argentina, or whether it's Panama and Tunisia in the World Cup. They mean exactly the same thing. Whoever you are, whoever you've played against, that is one hell of a record.
7 minutes to 2 o'clock. This is BBC Radio 5 Live. Belgium 3, Tunisia 1 at half-time. Faye Rusco has the latest news.
On digital, online, smartphone and tablet, this is BBC 5 Live.
A rally is taking place in central London by anti-Brexit campaigners who will leave the EU. It comes on the second anniversary of the referendum. Boris Johnson says he wants to see a full British Brexit. Jürgen Mayer is the UK head of Siemens, which employs around 15,000 people in Britain.
The realities are setting in, and I think it's time to get away from slogans, full British Brexit, going into combat with Europe. It's all incredibly unhelpful, and what we need to do now is to get closer with our European partners and work out what a realistic, pragmatic Brexit is.
Ethiopia's health minister says more than 130 people have been injured and 1 person killed in a grenade attack at a political rally. The country's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed had just been speaking at the event in Addis Ababa. He says forces against a unified Ethiopia carried out the attack. Serbia's Football Association has made an official complaint to FIFA over the celebrations of 2 Swiss players during their World Cup game last night. They claim Yerdan Shaqiri and Granit Xhaka acted provocatively by using Albanian nationalist gestures. Political symbols or slogans are banned by FIFA. West London Tube Station. There were called to reports of a fight in Greenford. Another man is in hospital. It's claimed most drivers don't know what the penalty is for using a phone at the wheel. An RAC poll suggests almost 2/3 aren't aware that it's 6 points and a £200 fine after the law was strengthened just over a year ago. And Sir David Attenborough is praising families who've cut back on single-use plastics. He says he's astonished at the response to Blue Planet 2, people to do more to tackle plastic pollution. James
we set out to make the show, we really wanted to create a portrait of the world's oceans as they are today. So we knew that plastics would feature because as ocean people stick around. And we thought there must be some stories there to be told.
This is BBC 5 Live on digital, smart speaker, smartphone and tablet.
A quick look at the roads. In Derbyshire, a lane is shut on the M1 southbound. That's because of a breakdown between junctions 25 and 24 at East Midlands Airport. Queuing traffic on the M40 southbound in Warwickshire. 2 lanes shut there because of a car fire between junctions 14 at Leamington Spa and 13. 2 lanes shut on the M5 in Worcestershire between junctions 5 and 4A at the M42. That's because of a breakdown. Very slow traffic on the M11 northbound in Essex. There's been an accident between junctions 8 and 9 at Saffron Walden. And expect a queue on the M25 anti-clockwise in Surrey. That's because of an earlier accident between junction 14 at Staines and 12 at the M3. Faye Rusco, 5 Live Travel.
The pit lane teams at the British Grand Prix. The cyclists warming up for the Tour de France. The umpire on centre court at Wimbledon. They're all ready. Are you? Take BBC Digital Radio with you this summer and don't miss a thing.
He has 2 corners to go. He can see the checkered flag. They're on the Champs-Élysées. This is the finish of the Tour de France.
The applause of a centre court crowd who are all on their feet.
Download the BBC iPlayer radio app onto all your devices and enjoy BBC Digital Radio wherever you go. If you love radio, keep it digital this summer.
Live from Russia, this is 5 Live Sport with Mark Chapman.
Belgium 3, Tunisia 1 at half-time. Actually, if you can help us out with something, we'd be most grateful, myself and Alan. Just tweet at 5 Live Sport, hashtag BBC World Cup. What are we trying to work out?
We're trying to work out who's won the golden boots that weren't penalty takers in World Cups.
OK, so if you go back through history for us, if anyone who has won the golden boot without being a penalty taker, because obviously at the moment Cristiano Ronaldo's got 4 at this World Cup, Lukaku's got 4. Lukaku doesn't take the Belgian penalties, Eden Hazard does, but Ronaldo takes the Portugal ones, even though they all count. Alan, let's go round all the other sports, shall we? Top seed Marin Cilic in semi-final action against Nick Kyrgios at Queen's. Russell Fuller.
And no breaks of serve in the opening set, Mark. No great surprise with 2 big servers in fine form on display. We're into a tie-break and it's advantage Cilic. He leads by 4 points to 3. Kyrgios making the 1 error of the tie-break so far when he lifted a short forehand over the baseline. The winner of this match will play either Novak Djokovic, hoping to be in a first ATP final for 51 weeks, or France's world number 61, Jeremy Chardy.
And Andy Murray said yesterday that he's going to play Eastbourne to give himself another indicator about Wimbledon. His draw isn't good, though.
Well, it depends which way you look at it, I suppose. He's drawn the only player in the draw who has a lower ranking than he does. The trouble is it's Stan Wawrinka, the 3-time Grand Slam champion, who's also on the way back after injury. Wawrinka had knee surgery in August, played half a dozen matches at the start of the year, realised he came back too soon, took a couple of months off, but has been back longer than Murray. He's played 6 matches over the last 2 months and had a win at Queen's Club, whereas Murray has played just the 1. So it's an intriguing match, and the winner, believe it or not, will play Kyle Edmund, who gets a bye in the first round, in the second round.
On Sports Extra later this afternoon, we're going to bring you South Korea against Mexico, the second game of the day here in Russia. That's because on 5 Live we're going to bring you the 3rd test between England and South Africa. Before the football, though, on Extra, you'll be able to hear qualifying at the French Grand Prix. Jenny Gow is in the paddock.
Yes, it's been 28 years since the last French Grand Prix here at the Paul Ricard circuit. Is it being nice to us? Well, yesterday was great. We saw Mercedes Lewis Hamilton go fastest, but today it's been a washout so far. Clouds are just clearing, hopefully blue skies are nearing, and we'll have some great qualifying, which starts in 1 hour's time. Can Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes remain dominant, or will the Ferraris or Red Bulls try and challenge? And that will be the big question. The answer's coming to you very shortly.
And we're going to go to Ask Scott next. Now, correspondent Cornelius Lysett.
Very warm sunshine here, good to firm going for the newest and busiest day of Royal Ascot. A capacity 80,000 here for the 5th day, introduced in 2002. The Queen will arrive shortly, joined in the traditional open-top carriage procession up the course by racing royalty today. Trainers William Haggis and Willie Mullins and former trainer Ian Balding. On the track, Harry Angel is the well-backed favourite for a truly international staging of the feature, the Diamond Jubilee Stakes at 4:20.
Natalie Germanos is watching England against South Africa in the T20 Tri-Series.
England have advanced to 110 for 4 in the 16th over, but a much improved performance by South Africa has meant they have picked up those 4 important wickets. But more runs for Tammy Beaumont. She is on to 55 from 49, her 4th half century in her T20 international career, and currently 16 overs gone, 114 for 4.
Sorry, me and Alan are having a debate about penalties, and you've just had a tweet saying maybe Gary Lineker in 86.
Didn't he take penalties?
Well, didn't he take them in 90? I'm not sure. Did he take them in 86?
I would have thought so.
Our memory's useless. To Kevin Howells watching Worcestershire Lancashire in the county championship. Or maybe not. Are you there, Kevin?
Well, I've only just heard you say that, Mark, so forgive me. But
Sorry.
now I am here. That's all right. It's not
Excellent.
your fault. Chasing a record 602 here, Lancashire, close to your heart, I know, no matter how many miles you are away. 374 for 6, though. They are struggling a little now with Clark and Lamb, the not-out pair. The key wicket, really, Keaton Jennings, just before lunch for 177. It was a good ball from a teenager, Pat Brown, but it also kept very low. Quick delivery, but I think it probably ends that particular chase. There is, however, another championship record under threat. Warwickshire chasing 519 to beat Kent. That still is on. Warwickshire 329 for 3 with Ian Bell 167 not out.
I am following the Lancashire game on my app in front of me, so thank you very much, Kevin. We're going to be in Cape Town at 4:05 for the final test between England and South Africa. Let's talk to our commentator, Chris Jones. Just before we do England and South Africa, in Australia, 2-1 after
series, because you know the
But to the extent of fearing for his job.
Well, he said he's not worried about his job, and the RFU, both in private and in public, say they fully back their man. We're actually speaking to the RFU chairman tomorrow, Andy Coslett, so it'll be interesting to get his thoughts if England capitulate here in Cape Town and go down 3-0. Look, I can't see Jones leaving his job anytime soon, but if England were to lose 3-0, they lost 3 times in a row in the Six Nations, finished 5th. So if they were in 5th place Six Nations, whitewashing South Africa, and then lost against South Africa and then New Zealand in the first 2 games of the autumn, which, as things stand, is eminently possible, then that would be 8 defeats in a row, and that just can't do for English rugby. So, yeah, Eddie Jones may say he's just focused on coaching the team and he doesn't need to worry about his job, but the pressure's building. England need to perform today. It may be a dead rubber, but they've got to stop this losing streak.
He's been very clear, though, hasn't he, this week, that he's not experimenting in this game later.
Well, this is what's kind of baffling about Eddie Jones's rhetoric over the past couple of weeks. He keeps talking about this being a young, inexperienced England team, and we're all just scratching our heads. Yes, they're missing a few key players, but they've got 545 caps in this starting 15. South Africa have 348, so England have 200 more caps. England have 5 Test Lions in their starting 15 and 6 guys with over 50 caps. South Africa have only 1 guy with more than 50 caps, and that's Tendai Matarawira, their outstanding loose head. So it's South Africa who's the rookie side, and it's England who actually have the relative experience. And what will leave, I think, a few England fans a little bit dissatisfied after this series, chappers, is that Jones hasn't really brought on any new players. The likes of Dan Robson, Alex Sosowski won't see a single minute of action on this tour. So actually his selection has been seriously conservative, and that maybe goes back to this pressure point that he hasn't felt he can experiment. He's just gone in most positions with the tried and trusted.
Chris, thank you very much. So, commentary from 4:05 of England against South Africa. In 2006, Alan, none of Miroslav Klose's goals in the World Cup were penalties.
Very good, good.
I was sent that stat. I can't claim credit for it. Can you see? I've got to be honest. Can you see any way that Tunisia can get back into this?
No, I can't. I think there's another gear to come from Belgium. Also, I think if they want to go out and get 5 or 6 goals in this game, they can.
Although the pessimist in you said that if they do go and get another 2 or 3 or 4, then the narrative over the next 24 hours will be what?
Will be, oh, England weren't that great after all.
Back to Chris Sutton and Alistair Bruce Ball.
Tell you what though, Mark, that is an interesting point in terms of the goal difference. If Belgium do rack a few more up this afternoon, England, I'm not necessarily saying under pressure to stick loads of goals past Panama, but if it comes to a head-to-head, ends up a draw, who's going to win the group, etc, etc. Teams are back out with us. It's a really hot, muggy afternoon here, Chris. I've just noticed actually some of the other commentators sitting around us have these little sort of handheld fans to keep themselves cool. We have not been able to get our hands on them. I don't know whether it's the...
Not seen them as diva-ish, isn't it?
What, cooling yourself with a fan, a little handheld fan?
Who would do that?
I don't know, it's a hot afternoon and possibly need it.
Not for me.
Not for you. Belgium 3, I beg your pardon, Tunisia 1.
It's not difficult, is it? 1, 2, 3.
Maths, never my strong point. Second half about to get underway. And let's see what Belgium do second half. Actually, saw Thierry Henry, Chris, for the first time this afternoon. He's part of the Belgium, what are you laughing at? Part of the Belgium coaching team with Roberto Martinez. He was deep in conversation with Eden Hazard as they came out of the tunnel. The whistle has gone. Second half is underway. Tunisia are in bright red, white trim, white numbers on their backs. Lost 2 players, 2 defenders to injury in the first half, so have already had to make a couple of changes. And Belgium in the change strip, yellow shirts this afternoon, black shorts with yellow stripes down the side, bright yellow socks. And the eye immediately is caught by Romelu Lukaku, who has another 2 goals this afternoon. But look out for Ali Maloul, Tunisia's left back. He's in on the left-hand side. Chance to get a good ball into the area. Boyata stoops and heads it away high. And Fakhreddine Ben Yusuf, who started on the right in the first half, he put that cross in, seems to have started on the left in the second half. Sarsi, another ball into the area, and the flag stayed down, and Khazri had half a chance there.
Yeah, just wondered whether the flag would have gone up. Khazri has made some good runs behind that Belgian backline, but this is a half Tunisia have to risk. This is their World Cup in this 45 minutes.
Courtois' long clearance downfield. Good header away by Merrier. He had Lukaku sprinting behind him. I mean, that was completely route one, but very nearly got Lukaku in. Another good point you made, by the way, Chris, at half-time. Lukaku's got a left foot and a right foot goal so far, so...
Well, you can't count to 3, so on that basis. But if he does score with his head...
it'd be the perfect hat-trick. So they say. I've also had a little bit of criticism on social media for calling Opta Jean. I didn't realise it was Opta Jean. I called it Opta Jean, so that was pretty appalling pronunciation from me.
Was.
That slipped you by, though, didn't it? You missed that one. De Bruyne to Witsel. Witsel back to De Bruyne here on the right-hand side. Goes for a low cross, and Alderweireld's there, turns it wide at the near post. Do you think Belgium will keep coming second half, Chris? I mean, just because it's the way they play?
Well, the issue is that Tunisia have to try and get back into this game, get the next goal. They have to attack, otherwise their World Cup will be over. And the quality of the Belgian forward players, they will exploit the gaps, exploit the spaces.
Tunisia have it left-hand side. Sarsi, who's been a central figure in central midfield for them, getting on the ball a lot, plays it to Neguez, the right back, who came on for the injured Dylan Bron, who did a nasty injury, actually. Looked like his left foot sort of got caught in the turf and then twisted, went down and was stretchered off. Belgium have Courtois in goal, Alderweireld, Boyata and Vertonghen as their 3 centre-backs. Meunier and Carrasco are the wing-backs. De Bruyne and Witsel in central midfield. Hazard, Mertens, who just buzz around at speed. 2 little fellas with great skills and great speed behind the big man, Romelu Lukaku, up front. Give you the Tunisia lineup in a second. Maloul, low pass into the middle of the pitch, finds Badri. Maloul continues his run down the left-hand side, gives it back to Badri again, up to the corner of the Belgian penalty area here, working it onto his right foot, turns, goes again, goes wide left and gives it to Maloul. Maloul Back to Khazri on the edge of the area. Clever little flick into the box, just beyond Badri though, and behind for the Belgian goal kick.
Yeah, unlucky down that left-hand side. Tunisia, ball into Khazri on the edge of the box, trying to release Malul, just over-egged it, and goes out.
Vertonghen, having got the ball from Courtois, gives it back to him. Courtois was pressed, so had to clear quickly. Skiri gets it for Tunisia. Badri over the top. Cowy's in here, and Vertonghen rescues the day for Belgium. Slides in and wins the ball. Meunier plays it up the line to Mertens. Merrier wins the header. Here comes Tunisia again. Could be a good second half this if Tunisia continue like this. Malul's crossing. Oh, Khazri on the stretch. Couldn't get a proper touch on it to try and direct it on goal, and he was off anyway. Well spotted, Chris Sutton. They have started well in the second half. Yeah,
I'll tell you what was crucial. Vertonghen, that situation, getting round. Carroll would have been in. Got in, made a run in behind Boyata, and a really timely challenge.
Next break in play, I'll give you that Tunisia team. We're on the red button if you're watching on BBC television back in the UK, so you can have the BBC television pictures, our commentary as well. We're on the BBC World Service across Africa as well for this game. Belgium 3, Tunisia 1, and also you might be listening to us on 5 Live. So much sport coming your way on 5 Live and 5 Live Sports Extra this weekend. Skiri under pressure, plays it back to Merrier. Tunisia have worked it out well, and Malul on the left-hand side plays the ball in field to Sarsi. Sarsi through the middle to Badri. Badri shoots from the edge of the area. Very easy for Courtois to save. Straight at him, and he gets the big long levers down, gets his body behind it, and makes a comfortable stop.
Yeah, huge credit to Tunisia. The way they've come out, positive frame of mind in this second half, and they are giving it a go. And you never know, the next goal, they'll feel they're right back in it.
Courtois' clearance, headed down by Naguez. We've got Ben Mustafa in goal, have Tunisia. Naguez has come on at right back. Ali Malul plays at left back. Ben Yusuf went off injured, so Ben Alouane is centre-back now alongside Merrier. Great ball, De Bruyne to Hazard, round the keeper, and Hazard gets his second of the game. Belgium have 4, and they are playing some pretty special stuff in the Spartak Stadium this afternoon. Belgium 4, Tunisia 1.
Well, Hazard warning for England, but what a pass by De Bruyne. Inch perfect, inside his own half. Picks out Hazard on the move, who's moved in behind the Tunisia backline. He takes a wonderful first touch, Hazard. Has a look at the goalkeeper. Just flicks it round him with his right foot, and then with the open goal, is composed enough. Left foot cushions it into the back of the net. How good was the pass, and how composed was that finish?
Yeah, 10 out of 10 for both bits of play, from De Bruyne with the pass, Hazard with the goal, his second of the game. Belgium 4, Tunisia 1. Goal difference could be important if you're that desperate to win the group. Winner of this group will meet the runners-up of Group H. So that is the group containing Japan, Senegal, Colombia and Poland. They're all back in action tomorrow. That group will take more shape come tomorrow evening. And runners-up in this group will play the winners of that group. So Belgium stuck 3 past Panama, didn't play well in the first half, got it going in the second half. Tunisia, having started the second half well here, offering Belgium that little bit of space, and De Bruyne is a master at playing those balls in, and Hazard took it so well. And the attacking talent, well, we know it's frightening from Belgium's point of view. Here's Mertens.
Just can't let De Bruyne have that time and space on the ball, because eventually, first half, he was a little bit off with his radar. But, I mean, that was an exquisite pass, weighted, but Hazard still had a fair bit to do, but didn't he do well?
Belgium 4, Tunisia 1. Early stages of the second half as Alderweireld plays the ball back to Thibaut Courtois. He knocks it out wide to Vertonghen. Vertonghen happy to take that infield. Belgium playing out of their own half, and then Witsel plays the ball between Vertonghen and Carrasco, and it goes out for a Tunisian throw. Who've got to keep coming, Chris. I mean,
they have.
So that could open it up even more.
Yeah, but you just feel they're going to be ruthlessly exploited.
Cowy for Tunisia. Cross here to Sarsi. Malul, little give and go to Badri. He's got Sarsi behind him. Out wide to Ali Maloul again. Maloul, couple of touches. Mounier stands off him. Cross in, headed high in the air by Ben Yusuf. Challenged by Vertonghen. Both players fall to earth, shake hands after the challenge, and the ball just drifts behind for the goal kick.
And it's the first time really in the game the Tunisian fans have been silent. We can hear the Belgian fans now. They're happy with their team's work.
Could Belgium, on today's evidence so far, break into your top 3 favourite teams at this World Cup? So for you, that is Iran. You've got a real soft spot for Russia. You're well connected here in the capital, aren't you? And Switzerland. Switzerland are your other 3. Could Belgium possibly nick in there?
They would be in my top 5.
OK. Mexico maybe another?
Yeah. At least I said a 3.
Yeah, you did, I know. I'm now going Mexico, Croatia and Iran for my favourite 3 teams so far.
In that order?
Croatia top, Mexico. And in fact, I'm going to switch Iran out on the hoof and go England.
Right.
Mexico, Croatia, England, my favourite 3 teams at the tournament so far. Russia 2018, Radio 5 Live, BBC World Service bringing it to you from Moscow at the moment in the sunshine. 9 minutes gone, second half. Belgium 4-1 to the good against Tunisia. Skiri plays the ball out to Maloul. Maloul goes with a deep cross towards the far post. Carrasco will chase that, and Carrasco beaten to it, and then just takes an arm across the top of the chest from Ben Yusuf.
Well, that was naughty, Ben Yusuf. And the assistant's right on the spot. On the byline, Carrasco. He just catches with his left arm, Ben Yusuf. He throws his right arm. I suppose not too much in it.
Had it been a little higher, though, had it caught him in the face, and maybe the assistant referee might have taken action. Here's Sarsi. He's going to go for a dipping volley. Might test Courtois wide and bounces behind for the goal kick. Marouane Fellaini might be getting ready to come on, Chris. So we'll have the Hair Bear bunch in the middle of the park. Fellaini and Witsel.
That's all you need. You're a Tunisian player. Seeing Fellaini sharpening his elbows.
10 minutes gone, second half. Belgium 4, Tunisia 1. Also on the red button for you this afternoon. So if you're watching the game on BBC television, you can also listen to Chris Sutton and I with the radio commentary. It will match up for you. That's a lovely ball out of defence from Boyata. Witsel holds on to it just inside his own half. Plays it back to Boyata. Digs his right foot underneath it. Floats it out to Hazard. Merry has tried to stick with him, the centre-back. He's pulled all the way out, and Hazard just rolls it back here to Alderweireld. Goes long and then short. And Fellaini with the long sleeves getting ready to come on. Lovely dummy from Hazard. Carrasco takes a first touch into the box. Tried to pull that back towards Hazard. The cross is blocked, and it is behind for a Belgian corner.
Brilliant. Brilliant from Hazard. That awareness, centre of the pitch. Ball whipped into him from deep, and he just leaves it. Fools the Tunisian defender.
They've gone quickly. Belgium looking for a 5th goal now. Hazard on the hat-trick. Lukaku on the hat-trick. Belgium 4, Tunisia 1. Carrasco with his right foot. Cross comes in beyond everyone. Lukaku didn't go for it. I think he thought he was offside. Alderweireld and Mertens were running in at that far post. They couldn't get there. Lukaku's coming off, Juliet is telling me. Juliet, our producer here, she spotted the number 9 on the board. So Lukaku will get a breather ahead of the final group game against England. And Marouane Fellaini will come on.
Yeah, just wonder, he went down in the first half, didn't he, with that?
Yeah, and he's moving a little gingerly there, actually, Chris. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, you're right. Maybe a little issue for Lukaku then. Witsel asking too much of Hazard there. Hazard gives chase, but the ball's out for a throw. Here comes the change. Does Lukaku know? He's standing quite a way away from that side of the pitch at the moment. Belgium attacking from right to left as we look at it at this Spartak Stadium. And Tunisia coming forward into the Belgium half. Badri lays it off into midfield. Skiri across to Ben Yusuf. Fellaini continues to wait on the sidelines. Ben Yusuf is allowed to bring this up. Chip a little ball into the area. Neguez chases. Vertonghen, good defending. Just put his body in the way. It meant that Neguez couldn't get there. The ball goes behind, and Belgium get the goal kick.
And here's the change. And I mean, you would imagine Lukaku, ideally, 2 goals, an opportunity for a hat-trick, he would want to stay on the field. So I would think that's injury related, but he's hobbling off. But
yeah. Yeah.
It's good management. Why risk?
It will probably be of minor concern, I think, and they're probably just thinking we've got the game won, we'll need him, of course, if we're going to go much further in this tournament. Naim Sliti is getting ready to come on for Tunisia. I was slightly surprised he didn't start today. It's obviously not injury related, because he'd about to come on, and he is going to come on for Fajani Sarsi. Now, Fajani Sarsi is a defensive midfielder, and Sliti is more of a creative player, so Tunisia are probably going to mix things up. I presume for Belgium, Chris, Dries Mertens goes through the middle.
It looks like Fellaini's dropping back in the midfield with Hazard and Mertens ahead of him, but Mertens, of course, can play centre forward, does play centre forward for Napoli.
Yes.
Versatile, isn't he, Mertens? A number of positions.
Yeah, well, it's that striking position that they've got him in at Napoli for the last couple of seasons. The numbers are incredible. 55 goals in all competitions in a couple of seasons. Late in his career that he sort of ended up there. But Belgium have got him there now. Belgium have Fellaini on the ball. Tunisia have made all three changes they can in the game now. If they pick up another injury now, and that player can't continue, they're down to 10 for the rest of the game. Looks like they might be heading out of the World Cup. De Bruyne's on the dribble down the right-hand side. He's been stopped because Tunisia get themselves a free kick. So Belgium are topping the group on 6 points. England win against Panama tomorrow would put them on 6 points. It would take them both through to the last 16. It would set it up very nicely for Thursday night, Kaliningrad, full commentary, BBC Radio 5 Live, England against Belgium, to decide who is going to top the group. Might even go down to goal difference if that game finished as a draw. And Belgium well ahead on that front at the moment. Hazard gets Carrasco steaming through the middle. Carrasco just runs past Ben Alouane, but runs into Ali Maloul. Maloul plays it back to Neguez. He's under pressure. Fellaini comes hurtling in, can't win the ball, and Tunisia bring it forward. Half an hour to play here. Belgium leading Tunisia 4-1. Ben Youssef's ball into the area. Step over from Khazri. There was a chance. Sliti tries to get onto it. The strike in the end was from Cowie. He completely missed his kick. Couldn't get the strike on goal. He went down looking for the penalty. Ball didn't run to Sliti. And now Belgium have it again. I think they might be quite open in this last half hour.
It's like basketball, isn't it? You attack, we'll attack.
Here's Hazard on the hat-trick, edge of the area. Gives it to Carrasco! Oh! Just wide with his right foot. Bending towards that top corner.
Oh, I thought it was in the position we're in. We're right behind it. Takes a touch. Right-footed, 18-20 yards out. Ben Mustafa at full stretch. Gets the bend on it. It goes agonisingly past that far post.
Belgium 4, Tunisia 1. There is Cowie looking for the run of Sliti down the right-hand side. Sliti's got to chase hard. He's a short, stocky figure. He's got to the ball. Boyata is in front of him. Slides pass towards Khazri. Vertonghen's had a good game until he does that and gives it away. Khazri can't get the ball back to his teammate. Here's Cowie, the number 7, looking for the 1-2 with Sliti. Sliti, nice movement of the ball, little step over, right foot to left foot. Now plays it to Neguez on the right-hand side. Neguez with his cross in. Vertonghen flicks the header away, bounces down for Maloul, nods it towards Badri. Belgium get it back. Hazard's on the turn, he's fouled, he's pushed over. Skiddy's annoyed with that, he punches the ball into the floor, and Belgium take the free kick quickly. We're into the last half hour here. 2 more World Cup games to be played today. South Korea, Mexico kicks off at 4. That's over on 5 Live Sports Extra, because we'll have full commentary on 5 Live 7 o'clock tonight. And Witsel has gone down, holding his left leg now for Belgium. So we're going to get a little bit of a stoppage in play.
Yeah, just caught by Skiri.
Yeah.
Just as he's releasing the ball.
Here's an Eden Hazard stat for you, Chris. I know you love your stats. We've not done too much on the sort of history and the years and the numbers of Moscow, but I'm sure our fellow commentators have done plenty of that while they've been in this wonderful city. Last 20 games for Belgium, Hazard. 10 goals and 12 assists.
Incredible player. On his day, he is simply unplayable.
Belgian fans in fine voice at the moment. Axel Witsel's fine, by the way. He's just doing his shoelace up here. And on our TV monitors, we can see rain falling. And actually now, as I look away to my right-hand side, you can see it sort of up against the background of the big screen. We look to our left-hand side and we're in glorious sunshine. Term for that, by the way. Do you know what it's called when the rain is falling and the sun is out in Russia?
No, but I suppose you're going to tell me.
I am. It's known as mushroom rain. I don't know why. Witsel with an interception. Heads it sideways here. Witsel plays it back to Carrasco. On to Hazard on the hat-trick. Hazard, right-footed, doesn't get it right. Slices it. Too high, well wide, and behind for the goal kick. Oh, and I know why it's called mushroom rain. Go on, have a guess why it's called mushroom rain.
No, go on. Enlighten me and the...
Because you think I've been on the mushrooms? No, it's not that. It's because it encourages the mushrooms to grow.
Oh, fascinating stuff.
19 minutes gone, second half. I think that is quite
what worries me is you have to look on the monitor to see the rain. It's raining.
It's raining. In my heart, Chris. Khazri, right-hand side. Fires the ball in to Ben Yusuf. Back to Cowie. Cowie to Slitty. Slitty's just outnumbered there by the big bushy-haired duo. Witsel and Fellaini both got in on him. Won the ball. They've given it away. Malul, left-hand side, chases this ball down to the byline. Mounier slides in. Had to time that right, and he did well, actually. Got his foot on the ball and made the tackle. And now Fellaini tries to get it back to Mounier. Can't do so. And Skiddy wins it back for Tunisia.
Yeah, and they've just got a lot of numbers behind the ball now, Belgium.
Malul. Slitties cross into the near post. Khazri was lurking. Boyata's there, heads it behind. Tunisian corner.
I think they're happy just to see this game through, Belgium, in the easiest possible manner.
Going to see a bit of Michy Batshuayi very shortly for Belgium. Corner taken short by Tunisia. Khazri's shot into the area. Fellaini blocks that easily. Cowie thought about the shot. It was actually taken off him by his teammate, Meria. Naguez with the cross in. Laid off to the edge of the box. Slitty shoots. Alderweireld gets his body in the way. Didn't know much about it. And it spins off him and comes back to Witsel. Belgium 4, Tunisia 1. Vertonghen clears. Meaty thump downfield. Almost took the cameraman out on the halfway line. And the ball goes out for the throw into Tunisia. 25 minutes to play. Panama against England. England's second group game at this World Cup after the 2-1 win against Tunisia. Ben Yusuf on the right-hand side. Looks for the 1-2 with Slitty. That comes off. Gives it to Badri. Badri plays it to the left. Now area. Badri on the turn. Fellaini's in to try and win it. Slitty plays it sideways to Skiddy. Skiddy onto Badri. Badri turns well. Shoots with his left foot. That tests Courtois. He gets down sharply and makes the save.
Half-turn edge of the box. The ball's popped into me. Fools. Alderweireld turns and fires a left-footed shot. Courtois smartly down to his left-hand side, gathers it well.
Courtois clears with his left foot. Batshuayi is still waiting to come on. Skiddy is under pressure from De Bruyne, who's hunting the ball here high up the field. Comes back to the goalkeeper for Tunisia, Ben Mustafa, who's all in black, bright yellow boots, clears downfield. Alderweireld looks at the referee to see whether a decision was going to get given against him. Badri thought he'd been pushed. Going for the header, it doesn't. Eden Hazard shortly is going to be getting the hook on his 2 goals, so I don't think we're going to see a World Cup hat-trick here this afternoon. Headed away by Naguez. Ben Alouane with another header for Tunisia, and the ball goes out for a Belgium throw. Just from the entertainment point of view, Chris, we want this to keep going, don't we? Not for Belgium to think, right, let's just have what we, keep what we got, slow it down.
Yeah, but I think if we're being honest, Roberto Martinez, he'll be thinking we've got enough goals. How many do England have to score now then, Ali?
Right. I'm not good on my maths. Belgium's goal difference has gone up to +6. England +1. So they're 5 behind. That's 5. They're 5 behind on the goal difference, Chris. But, stick 5 past Panama tomorrow and they're back level.
And that's possible.
Yeah. Disrespectful to Panama from you, but we'll let that go. Carrasco, what a run from Carrasco through the middle. Here he is up to the edge of the area looking for Mertens, and Ben Mustafa comes sliding out and grabs the ball.
Good goalkeeping, good starting position. Got some pace though, Belgium, haven't they, in this team? Mertens not far away, but good goalkeeping.
Sloppy from Meria there. He's given the ball away to Mounier, and Belgium have quite a lot of players forward in the attack. They've actually come all the way back to Witsel. Witsel has to stretch for the pass. He manages to get it. Up the middle he goes. Mertens lets that run. It comes back to him. Right through the middle. Batshuayi. Is there a handball in there? Free kick to Tunisia. You put Carrasco, I have to say now, having watched a bit more of him, you put him in your team, didn't you, your Belgium-England composite?
And you laughed and you mocked me.
I heard Carrasco and I thought Caracas. I thought you'd gone Crackers, but...
Yep.
That's a you kind of joke, actually, that.
You can apologise.
I will, Chris. He's played well. He's done well for Belgium. They're leading 4-1. We're midway through the second half. You can get us on the red button as well. Slitty down the left here. Boyata sticks with him, and Boyata's just knocked him to the floor. Tunisia get the free kick.
I thought it was a free kick. A needless challenge. Boyata didn't need to commit.
So free kick Tunisia. The shadow this afternoon has grown ever longer across the pitch, but there's a rectangle still down that far side from us on the Tunisian left. So this free kick's in the sun. Khazri, now this is exactly where they scored from in the first half. Khazri delivered it that time, curls another one in. Fellaini's there to head away. Cowie with the left foot volley, and that goes well wide and into the fans behind Courtois' goal. Belgium 4, Tunisia 1.
He's good in both boxes. Narrow and Fellaini. Solid defensive header.
Courtois wants to go short with the goal kick to Witsel. Witsel knocks it back to him. Courtois clears it up towards the halfway line. Fellaini jumps to win the header. Batshuayi will chase. I don't know how much action he's going to see at the World Cup, Batshuayi, but here's a chance to try and get himself a World Cup goal. Loose from Ben Alouane, playing out of the Tunisian defence. Back to Vertonghen. Vertonghen towards De Bruyne. De Bruyne back to Fellaini. Fellaini with his right foot. Just low pass out to Meunier on the right-hand side. Pace of the game just dropped for the time being. Alderweireld comes all the way back to Thibaut Courtois.
They've got a good bench though, haven't they, Belgium? You know, Batshuayi, I like him. Thought he was unfortunate at Chelsea.
Ball falls for Mertens, chips it over the top. Batshuayi's offside. Keeper was out quickly again and did well and got there, but the flag had already gone up.
He scored a lot of goals at Chelsea, and then whether there was a fallout or not, it looked like there was. It's a close one. Batshuayi, I think he was just off. And then he went to Dortmund and absolutely banged them in.
He certainly did. 9 goals in 14 appearances for Dortmund. Picked up an ankle injury late in the season, which is a slight concern, but he's made it here for the World Cup. Lovely option for Roberto Martinez to have. 20 minutes to play. Naguez bringing it forward down the right-hand side. Ben Yusuf to Cowie. Back to Naguez. Cowie on to Slitty. Slitty to Skiri. Skiri to Ali Maloul up to the edge of the Belgian penalty. That cross comes in. Slitty was attacking it. Vertonghen read it beautifully in bravely.
He took one
to win the header. Now Skiri was thinking about lining up a right-footed shot. Fellaini's in his way. The ball is played wide right to Naguez. Naguez's cross blocked and caught easily at the near post by Courtois. What have you spotted?
Vertonghen is struggling. When he made that clearance, I think he was caught by Khazri. Innocently going for the same ball, but taking a knock to the head, a blow to the left cheek.
Knew he was going to get hurt as well, didn't he, Chris, when he went in for the header? Slitty comes in. We're getting a close-up of it at the moment. Just caught him on the side of the head. Good view of that mushroom rain as well, which is still falling here. And you can see spots of it as well on the tops of the suit shoulders of Roberto Martinez. So stoppage in play while Jan Vertonghen receives treatment. We've just gone 4:30 in the afternoon here in Moscow. That makes it 2:30 back home in the UK. 4 o'clock kickoff your time, South Korea, Mexico. That's on Sports Extra this afternoon, because we're bringing you South Africa, England in full. Third test. England have lost the first 2. The game kicks off at 4:05. What?
The game kicks off.
South Africa against England, the rugby, kicks off at 4:05 UK time. Happy with that?
Yeah.
18 minutes left in this second half. Definitely slowing down here at the moment. Belgium lead Tunisia by 4-1. Belgium, England, don't forget, next week, Thursday night.
So who would your money be on, Ali, at this stage?
In this group, I think that Belgium-England could well end up a draw, so I think it will depend how many England score tomorrow. Here's Fellaini. Plays the ball back, trying to feed it through to Mertens here. Running hard in the midfield, but they have it again. To Tunisia. Well in.
It's offside.
Oh, he's off, yeah. Yeah, just trying to play the ball through there to Dries Mertens, but he was caught offside. Free kick for Tunisia. Just over 15 minutes to play. Second half here in Moscow, and Belgium leading by 4 goals to 1.
Just talking about the strength of the Belgian bench, when you think that Dembele for Belgium's on the bench, you know, would he get a game for England? You think so?
Yes, I do, because he would start in my composite 11 in the Belgium-England. Yes, I do. Got a substitute appearance in the first game for Belgium this tournament. Hasn't appeared in the second one. Here they come again. Witsel playing the ball up. Oh, what a fabulous pass from De Bruyne. Batshuayi just couldn't quite get onto it. Keeper again, well off his line to intercept.
Did he handball it? And Mustafa, that ball, slide rule pass from De Bruyne. Batshuayi not far away as Ben Mustafa came outside his area. I've got a suspicion that he got part of his arm to that ball.
Well, we'll have another little look when we get a chance on the replay. In the meantime, Tunisia are able to try and bring the ball away in midfield. Intercepted there at the back, and Vertonghen's okay after taking the knock on the head. So he's kept the ball in play on the left-hand side, and Axel Witsel gets it in midfield. Swaps passes with his big bushy-haired partner Fellaini off the bench for Belgium's second half. 15 minutes to play. Belgium leading Tunisia by 4 goals to 1. Going top of the group with 6 points ahead of England's game tomorrow. Ball slid through. Another chance here for Batshuayi. Round the keeper, and it's cleared off the line. Cleared off the line. Batshuayi thought he'd scored, and it ends up in the arms of the goalkeeper, and very nearly became 5-1 to Belgium.
Oh, it's cutting-edge football. Brilliant. One touch in behind for Batshuayi. Goes round the keeper. Doesn't get a good enough contact from an acute angle. He'll be disappointed he didn't score, but how good was the football?
Injury for Tunisia here. It's the number 7 who's gone down. So he's got a little bit of cramp actually here. So he needs to receive treatment. The point I made though already though, Chris, is they've used the 3 substitutes. What are you chuckling at the moment?
Well, how do you know he's got cramp?
Okay. Well, the reason I'm guessing, you tell me what the goalkeeper's doing there then. Oh no, hang on. He's given the sign that he needs to come off.
Which was the point I was making. You're not a medical expert.
No, you're absolutely right. Well, that is a problem, because Tunisia have already made their 3 substitutions. Belgium lead 4-1.
Just seeing the replay of the goalkeeper, I think at 4-1, I think that he may have got the top of his arm on that ball, but I don't think it was deliberate. So nothing came of that. Would have been interesting at 0-0.
Okay, well, he's picked himself up. It's Cowie, the number 7, and he's going to have to get back on here for Tunisia. Whistles ringing around the stadium. 14 minutes to play in the game. And Belgium lead it 4-1. And it has lost at the moment, Chris, hasn't it? With Belgium comfortably ahead. Lukaku's gone off, Hazard's gone off. It's lost that bite.
Yeah, perfect afternoon, though, for Belgium. Put this game to bed as quickly as possible. I think that the killer, really, for Tunisia was the goal on half-time. Brilliant finish from an in-form Romelu Lukaku.
Tunisia then, red shirts in the sunshine on the left-hand side of the pitch. Slowly going through the motions. Trailing 4-1, ball on the halfway line. Challenge comes in there on Badri.
I think I've got sympathy for Tunisia, the way the group has fallen. You touched on it earlier. Belgium next, Panama got off, bit of